So I put that on there, and then whenever it was off, well, then I had 12 volts, and then whenever it was on, I had 12 volts going through the switch. Great. Go to the back, and I checked it, and then it's still not even 1 volt. Okay, so something's wrong in the wiring. Now remember, this is a 1993 boat, so it could be a harness that's broken. It could be a wire that got pinched. I don't know. There's a whole wiring harness that goes back there, and so I'm not going to sit here and take time to try to figure all that out. It's just easier to just run new wire. It's going to be real easy to run new wire. It's not even 10 feet. And there's only about a 4 to 5 foot section on the hull that I have to push the wire through. So that's going to be so easy to, so much easier than trying to troubleshoot where the problem is electrically. I'm just going to run new wire back there. So that's the deal. Next, I'll show you how to wire the bilge pump and wire. If you need to do this fresh, I'm going to draw it up and then show you how you need to wire it so that you have independent control of each of those devices. I'll just draw it up on the board so that you can see it. Okay, here's how I'm gonna wire this stuff. So have the toggle switch for the bilge pump. So I'm just gonna run separate wires. I need to get power from the positive side of the battery to the positive terminal where it's on the toggle switch. And then the second one is in the off position. So that's going to, so basically just like a light switch, the toggle switch interrupts the power. So on the second side, I'm continuing to run to the positive side of the bilge pump. And then on the negative side, there's a wire coming out. That's the negative wire. And then that connects to the negative side of the battery. Okay, going to run a separate wire. And this is for the aerator. Positive coming, same kind of deal. It interrupts the power. So the positive is going to continue to go, and it's going to go to the positive side of the aerator. And then the negative side, basically the negative wire, then that's connected straight to the battery. The negative side of the battery. These can be wired together. The negative side can be wired together, just like if you were doing a light switch, you have the black wires bringing power, you're interrupting the black with the switch, and then the white wires, which are the return, like 120 volt, then those can be wired together, just because it basically completes the energy transfer from the positive side of the battery to the negative side of the battery, and then allows that device to run, which in this case is in this case is the bilge pump or the aerator. So you cannot wire the positive sides together otherwise. Well, you could if you wanted one switch to operate all of them, but to have them separate, then you have to run separate wires, positive wires there, so that you have independent power on this one and have independent power on that one. So that's how I'm going to run new wires, and then I'll be able to have those things operate, because I did test them separately, and they work, except the bilge pump. I did test the bilge pump directly to the battery, and it is not working, so I'll have to replace the bilge pump. But both the aerators were working once I tested them straight to the battery. Okay, last check. I've got access to the bilge pump now, and then I made sure that I turned it turned the shaft so that nothing was sticking in there. It does spin freely, and so the last test is to just test it related to positive and negative over here directly to the battery, see if it's working. And it's not working. Already tested it a moment ago. So positive and negative directly to the battery, it's not working. So we'll have to replace this bilge pump.